Hey guys, this is Rurouni K95 here, and today we're going to be doing a discussion video where I'm here going to be talking about on how to start or build your DVD and Blu-ray collection. And this is basically something more different aside from starting a manga and anime collection. But I'm here to be talking about is how I've been starting to the thing. Whenever you're starting a DVD and Blu-ray collection, is that so one thing question is that because you want to collect movies on DVD and Blu-ray, right? So because despite that DVDs hold up like 4.7 gigabytes, as well as Blu-ray holds up to like 25 gigabytes as well, according, because but however, for the Blu-rays on here, you can basically buy them whenever you can find them, which is on sale, whether you can find them at Target, Walmart, Best Buy, or any other places that what has your heart desires finding something as well. Because that's pretty much of how I got into the DVD and Blu-ray collection, start builder's way as well. However, if you have one of those Billy bookcases like this as well, or you can find like those DVD Blu-ray multimedia shelf, like the ones that hold up to like DVDs and Blu-rays, those are the perfect ones that you could find, especially whatever that could help you wanted to start your DVD and Blu-ray collection, especially you going through by titles in every one of them in general, is that particularly you ever wanted to start when you build a DVD and Blu-ray collection is that you wanted to get more titles, like for example from like specific ones from home video companies like Arrow Video, Shout Factory, Mill Creek, as well as these Warner Archive Collection, Twilight Time, as well as Unearthed Films, Kino Lorber Studio Classics, every other one of those out there on the market as well. Same goes with you ever find DVDs, and also probably some Steelbook Blu-rays also as well, including Steelbook editions on these 4K Blu-ray combo packs as well. Whether it's in the in these standard editions or like these Steelbook editions, because especially when you're ever wanting to start your DVD and Blu-ray collection, including some 4K Ultras on there as well, because this explains of how it could start, of how you wanted to basically starting a DVD and Blu-ray collection, especially if you're going to a library book sale at your library when they're having a book sale. Whenever you find a DVD that is on sale as well as on Blu-ray, if you could find them for like $1 or less as well, then that would help you start getting a lot of those as well, because and also there are many obvious ones as well, particularly whether it's a certain movie or a TV show or like certain cartoons on DVD or Blu-ray, as well as like documentaries, as well as certain music videos on DVD as well. Particularly, that would be the way of how you wanted to start your DVD and Blu-ray collection, though. Well, there are many obvious ones, especially if you have like these out-of-print DVDs and Blu-rays, because most of them are worth some cash, though, as well, because, however, basically, of how you wanted to learn to start of your priorities of collecting DVDs and Blu-rays as well, because this will help you start to cater in of how you ever wanted to start getting into start a DVD Blu-ray collection video thing as how you wanted to get something, and also you could buy some DVDs or Blu-rays on Amazon, especially whether you get it through party sellers or on through Amazon Prime if you're a Prime member as well, because just by you order it through Amazon Prime has the latest shippings as well. And also there's some other ones on DVDs and Blu-rays under Criterion also as well. Whether you can get them for like 50% off at your local Barnes & Noble when they're having like a 50% off on these Criterion sales as well. And also probably some 50 movie packs from Mill Creek, which is the whole hodgepodge of things as well. There's also some movies that were released under Mill Creek as a double bill ones, like these hodgepodge as well, which also helps you start the collection though. That will stand the testimony of this. They have done this for the whole variety of this, for how they do this as well. There's most of the movies on DVD and Blu-ray from Warner Archive collection though, particularly of how most of those you can get them like either on DVD or Blu-ray though. That's just how it shows that you're starting whenever you buy loads of DVDs and Blu-rays, of how you ever wanted to start a DVD and Blu-ray collection. Probably some steelbooks in addition to that also as well, because especially if you ever, in addition to that, probably some 4K Blu-ray combos as well, especially if you ever can look for a title on, whether it's on the standard 4K Ultra or probably the Blu-ray 4K Ultra combo as well. Just like how they did with these DVD Blu-ray combos on every title, like on a certain movie in general though, from like every one of those that you could find though as well, and there's also used DVDs and Blu-rays that you could find at these. You can find them for like $1 at a flea market when they're selling off a lot of those as well. You could basically score up a flea market haul whenever you want to buy a DVD or Blu-ray, especially if you ever been wanting to get something of how you wanted to do as in order to start a DVD and Blu-ray collection, of how you ever wanted to realize whenever you started getting into the whole thing of how you're collecting DVD or Blu-ray as well, because that's pretty much of how I wanted to come by for this as well. And this makes more sense, is that especially if you can go through whenever you can cataloging your titles, or going through by genre, cataloging the genres on your collection as well, particularly. As long as you careful of what you buy though, if the DVD is missing a disc or a Blu-ray is missing a disc, you could pass on these DVDs that are missing the discs on there. You could pass that on there. Yeah. Well, for the whole thing about how you're starting in the whole way of starting or build your DVD and Blu-ray collection, which is a lot more different though. Well, there are many obvious ones you could buy on DVDs, like these, like, I believe it was these older DVDs, like, those could help you, like, start a collection though. Probably some, like, most of them out there as well, which is no specific. If you want to look at something, if you ever wanted to buy some DVDs and Blu-rays, like I said, basically of how you wanted to updating on your collection of whether you collect DVDs and Blu-rays as well, because this is how you expect to wanted to come by for this. However, just because how VHSs are obsolete format, but everybody's been collecting DVDs, Blu-rays, and 4K Ultras though, because the truth is that I have been starting my DVD and Blu-ray collection because I have a feeling that despite Blu-rays have like more better quality than the VHSs were, same goes with the 4K Ultras. They got more better 4K quality transfer on there as well. If I'm not mistaken, though, as well, because whenever you wanted to come by on collecting a movie or a TV show on DVD or these DVD or Blu-rays, probably some 4K Ultras as well, because they got more better qualities than VHSs and Laserdiscs had as well. Because on the other hand, whenever you start collecting DVD or Blu-ray as well, make sure basically whenever you got these shelves that you got, like these DVD Blu-ray multimedia shelf ones, like the ones where if they're tall like this as well, then or if you have two of them, then that would be perfect if you ever wanted to start a little way of starting or to build your DVD and Blu-ray collection as well, because this is how I wanted to come by whenever you wanted to start like a Blu-ray collection though as well, because you ever wanted to collect, right? And it could be all at once as well, because there are many obvious ones. There's music DVDs. Well, there's also some on Blu-ray or whatever you could find out there, whether it was available though. But the majority was basically mostly DVDs on there. Like, they have done this for the variety of this as well. 2 or less than this as well. Well, there are many obvious double feature DVDs, like the ones in these hodgepodge. Many of like these dollar bin DVDs, like you find at Walmart or anywhere you can find it at a dollar store though. Most of them you can buy them for the cheapest price though. If you have ever like been buying like these like DVDs that are like for at a cheapest price for like on sale though. Many obvious ways of how you wanted to get something. However, probably some Arrow video releases too also. Even you could find something like that is in region A or region B, where the UK DVD or release from Arrow Video as well. I mean, if you buy something like this as well, then that would make sense, particularly of how you're starting a collection, right? Especially when you're starting a Arrow Video collection, especially right in your DVD and Blu-ray collection, which is going to be sitting there like something that must be added after you buy something in the bulk though as well, whenever you're doing like a DVD Blu-ray haul as well, because whenever you buy most movie titles from Criterion, Mill Creek, Arrow Video, there's also other movie titles under Shout Factory's label for horror, Scream Factory. Most of them some of them could be out of print though, and they may be worth some cash. That's why. Of how, I'm not gonna lie though as well, because especially if you're sitting on money though, because these out of print Scream Factory titles may be worth some cash though. However, most Blu-rays are now under Kino Lorber collection though. And there's also the Vestron Video Collector Series, especially if you're buying every titles under the Vestron Collector Series. That could help you cover to start on your DVD and Blu-ray collection also as well, because this how it's all gotten to me though, is that this is something very new on this as well. And most of these on there have gotten these official releases, though. Some of them, like most of the other DVDs that were not released in the US but only in Region 2, like these UK imports on DVD, like every other movie that were only released on DVD in the UK, like especially if you can buy them on eBay or Amazon, that's going to help you get you start your DVD or Blu-ray collection, especially if you add those, which is something must be added as a new addition to your DVD and Blu-ray collection once you're starting a DVD and Blu-ray collection, basically. However, basically, as long as if you have like a region-free DVD player that lets you play DVDs from other countries on there included as well. You know what I mean, like a region-free player as well. Same goes with region-free Blu-ray players that let you play Blu-rays from other countries also as well. Especially from Japan and Europe as well. Which is Italy and UK, obviously. Like these DVDs from Europe under Region 2 as well. And for many obvious reasons of how you ever wanted to start like a DVD collection, though, as well, because just take an easy way as well. Most of these movies were released on these DVD and Blu-ray combo as well. Particularly is that every other versions that were out on there, because especially if you ever been collecting Blu-rays, there's also some Blu-rays that are these standard Blu-rays, and there's also like these limited edition Blu-ray box sets on here. Also, like, especially if every one of those from they're including the ones also from like these Scream Factory release ones as well. Like, take for example like the Blu-ray box set of the Friday the 13th Blu-ray box set release from Scream Factory. It has lots of those on the Blu-ray inside those box set ones, which is a great box set on there. Especially that's going to be added into the horror collection. Like if you have a horror movie Blu-ray collection in the horror section as well. Particularly for what Scream Factory has a lot to do, particularly whenever they're releasing those as well. Particularly of whatever you can come by for this. And there are many obvious TV shows on Blu-ray that are released in a good Blu-ray transfer. Like say for example, like the Incredible Hulk Complete Series is on Blu-ray, which it has all 5 seasons of them on Blu-ray. The 1978 Incredible Hulk series is on Blu-ray. Most of them got like these good Blu-ray transfer qualities than the DVDs have as well, and it's basically going to be sitting in your TV Blu-ray collection as well, which is going to be also added to your DVD and Blu-ray collection. Like, something must be added, especially if you ever been upgrading to Blu-rays, particularly for the good proper way to have a good Blu-ray transfer as well, because this is particularly the main goals of how you wanted to start your DVD and Blu-ray collection, particularly because that's pretty much of how I wanted to get to the whole thing about starting or to build your DVD and Blu-ray collection, particular of how for any DVD and Blu-ray collectors should learn for this as well, because this is all how it's gotten to the point though is where I felt like that's gotten a lot more sense as well, because which is basically of what I gotten to the point for how it get to the whole pointer starters of how whenever you're starting like a DVD and Blu-ray collection, once you're buying some Blu-ray DVDs and Blu-rays of something once you want, especially where you put where your money where your mouth is, sort of, yeah, because which like take for example, because I have been starting like getting DVDs and Blu-rays because that's why I always put my money where my mouth is, so to speak. And in this one particularly of what I come by for how I've been collecting Blu-rays, and DVDs as well, because that's how I wanted to start my DVD and Blu-ray collection. Especially, you ever want to start a DVD and Blu-ray collection, right? You could find like these DVD, Blu-ray, multimedia shelf ones. Yeah, those are the ones that you could put for your collection on there as well, because most of them is basically of how you wanted to starting a collection though as well, because that's pretty much of how I got the feeling as well, because of whatever you could find something is something of what you wanted to do as well, particularly of what you could think for this as well. Excuse me. Well, as for what I got for the main reason, though, there's also, if you wanted to get any versions on Blu-ray, whether it's these digibooks on there or the box set limited ones, you could put them on top of the shelving units on there, especially whether you're doing a Blu-ray DVD and Blu-ray collection though, especially if you're cataloging like these standard ones on like these steel books, as well as these Blu-ray cases that are standalones, Blu-ray cases that came with a DVD as those DVD combo packs. Figure that one out as well, because there are many obvious movies on there. Many of those of how you could something you wanted to get in order to start a DVD and Blu-ray collection, of how you wanted to come by, of how you wanted to start a DVD and Blu-ray collection. If you've ever been learning on how you're collecting DVD and Blu-ray as well, and probably some 4K Ultras also as well, either if it's the standard Blu-ray or the Blu-ray, no, it's not exactly Blu-ray, either if it's a standard 4K Ultra or the 4K Ultra Blu-ray combo packs. There's most of them, whatever you could find on there, which is available though, because Blu-ray and 4K combos, they're everywhere. I mean, there's a whole bunch of them you could collect as well, and they're just basically of what you could realize as well, because especially if you wanted to collect DVDs and Blu-rays in general though, because this is how I wanted to come by of how you wanted to collect DVDs and Blu-ray, of how you wonders for all this means of when it seems of how you wanted to collect DVDs and Blu-rays, because this is pretty much of what I could come by for this, of whatever you could buy something which is out there on the market, of how you wanted to collect DVDs and Blu-rays. If you want to start your collection though, which is a good proper way to how you want to learn, especially of what you could come by for this as well. And it's more different from starting a VHS collection though, or Laserdisc collection, or whatever you have as well. Same goes with these collecting Betamax tapes as well in general. But DVD and Blu-ray collection starters as well is the perfect way of how you want to get to the whole point for this, as well as what you expect of how you wanted to save time and money though. And this is pretty much of whatever you could expect for how you wanted to do something, of how you wanted to starting a DVD and Blu-ray collection. Well, especially if you wanted to work, make a lot of money though from your job or your paycheck, or from your rainy day funds as well, whether you could find something as well, and you could find a DVD or a Blu-ray at like a yard sales, or like garage sales, or like Facebook marketplaces. There's a lot on when they were selling like DVDs and Blu-rays on these Facebook marketplaces though. you could start also as well, like a huge haul whenever you could start a collection on here, especially if you ever have like these DVD and Blu-ray multimedia shelving units that holds up to DVDs and Blu-rays as well, because just a little have a odds and ends kind of thing as what you could figure out the way as well, which is more different than the other ones, and that's pretty much of how I consider to figure out the facts of this as well. And it could be all for this as well, especially whenever you're starting like a DVD and Blu-ray collection as well, because for a while though, as particularly of what you could find as well as many other ones as well, because I've already wanted to start my DVD and Blu-ray collection though as well. Not every other ones you can find out there. Some of them you can find what you wanted to get. There's some that you cannot find what you're looking for. Well, but this just is how it is as well. Whenever you're starting a DVD and Blu-ray collection though, is what you could want to learn for this as how I can come by for how you're doing a video like this as well, because this is how I wanted to get to the fact for this as well, of how you're starting a DVD and Blu-ray collection, just to save you time as well, as how when you're buying so much DVDs and Blu-rays and probably some 4K Ultras, that could help you start your collection. That's why of how you wanted to come by for this at this point though. Yeah, of how you wanted could be off this for once as well. Technically though, that's what I wanted to come by for this. So that's pretty much of what you wanted to expect of how you wanted to collect Blu-ray, especially with as well as DVDs and 4K Ultras as well, because most of them got like is something that must be added to the collection though. There's also some steel books also, as well as digibooks on Blu-ray also, if I'm not mistaken though, if whatever you could come by for this, as how you wanted to start your DVD and Blu-ray collection, of what you wanted to come by, of particularly of how this seems to how it goes as well. And it could be all for the whole thing of this as well at this point, which it's considered to be get to the point of this. So yeah. So that's going to be it for my discussion about how to start and build your DVD and Blu-ray collection video for today, you guys. Thank you for watching, but before we go, here's what I'm going to say for this one, because I just wanted to do something which is a lot more different, which is something new, which is aside from manga and anime, because this is the first time I wanted to talk about on DVDs and Blu-rays and 4K Ultras as well, especially if you were ever to start a collection. That's why, which I haven't talked about like this until now. That's why. Hope subscribe for more content. Be sure to click on the subscribe button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, especially if you're new to my channel, because this is the brand newest one of how I'm starting to get into the Blu-rays and DVDs and 4Ks. That's why. Smack the like button if you enjoyed the video. Hit the notifications bell button. Let me know your thoughts in the comments by leaving it in the comments section below as well. And also be sure to smack the like button if you enjoy the video as well, because feel free to check out my anime plan or analyst at your leisure at this point though. And that's all I have what I got for this one. So this is what I got for this brand new video that I haven't done like this before. Wow. And also, that's pretty much what I could come for this as well. This is RuRoniK95 saying thank you for watching my video, and I'm glad you liked it. I hope you enjoy it. Hope to see you soon for the next video. Hope you have a great day, and be sure to stay safe and stay healthy. And that's all I have what I got as well. This is RuRoniK95 signing off, and thank you for watching my video, and I'll see you soon for more videos. Take care.